To the what?
Yo,
You know what? It's been a while. We're back. Um, Sometimes a week feels like it's too long to be away from all of my friends, but apparently every time that I come back, I have less friends. So we'll figure.
you still got me.
I mean, you right. You right. So what's going on with you today, Hustle?
Dying in this heat.
Dying in this heat. Yeah, being in New Jersey, we had this crazy heat dome.
I mean, the heat
really don't
dome.
understand how really don't understand how we survived, but we did. It's almost over. I believe starting like um, next week is gonna be cooler, in the 80s.
Oh, that's good. At least for the 4th of July, it'll be not trash.
Yeah, I just want to not die. Because as of let's see, tomorrow I got a card tournament. Friday night, card tournament. Saturday, I'm probably go and watch that Blue Lock anime movie that just come out on the 28th. Sunday, I'm probably gonna do something else. Monday, I'm probably run up to Edgewater to Mitsuwa, grab some stuff.
You said Sunday?
Monday, I'm gonna go up to Edgewater. Um,
Oh,
yeah.
maybe I'll join you for Mitsuwa.
Okay. I might head there early, so we'll see how it goes.
All right.
So anyway, I want to just take a moment to say good evening, everyone. Welcome to Star Button Live. It's a safe haven for geeks, nerds, nerds, dweebs, weebs, and gamers. So I'm your host, King Anarchy, and here with us today, Hustle. Mr. Loon, he is here, but he's not present. So looks like today you're gonna be stuck.
He's invisible.
Absolutely.
He's John Cena.
Since you're stuck with the two of us, I'm just gonna let you guys know now. I think that we're going to minimize the show a little bit. We got some good stuff to talk about, but it's just two of us, and since we don't have as large a panel, I think we're gonna go an hour instead of two. Unless we tend to go over, we'll kind of play it by ear. But if we end up going for 2 hours, then just know that you got the goods from us today. If we only go 1 hour, then by all means, we are completely sorry. Of course, next week is going to be the 4th of July, which is going to be right after Wednesday. So, probably more or less likely, just want to give everybody a heads up so that you don't come looking for us because we know that Wednesday is just kind of our religious show. I got some good topics for us today. I'm really excited to hear what you guys have to think about what it is that I've set up for us, and these are going to be some very interesting and maybe even challenging topics. So
challenging,
yeah, a little bit. Um, but first, I want to go into our question of the day because we would not be us if I didn't ask a question that made you think a little bit, that made you figure out what you want out of life, whatever, and had something to do with gaming. So, question of the day, Hustle. If you could have one video game mechanic in real life, not a video game power, but a video game mechanic.
Instantly selling junk items for money. Bro, I'd be rich as hell. I'd just be picking up cans and shit.
So,
selling them.
This is long, by the way. But yeah, that one selling junk for money would be amazing. I just want to just throw that out there. That would be amazing. So,
bro,
Yeah.
We're talking anything is junk. We're talking plastic wrappers, candy bar wrappers, paper plates, cups, all that. Just any of that, boom, money.
You know what? I'm looking for my common sense because I don't even know what made me ask this question, knowing that I was gonna get an answer like that. I cannot believe that. That's
If I was younger, I would have said something like, "Oh man, it'd be dope if I had a combo system where I could jump in the air and fly." Now I'm like, no, whatever gets me money, like ASAP. This is how you know you've grown when you're just like, what would actually help me get money, like without a rough time? What about you?
I'd probably go with a save feature.
That's a good one.
Save feature? Like, yeah.
Respawn would be amazing.
Imagine this.
Respawn would be
That is actually good. Like a respawn?
I don't know if I really want to go with a respawn more than I would go with a save. If I go with it, because if you have respawn, and that means that everything that you do up until then, you just respawn until the designated end of the story of end of life.
Yeah, but a respawn would be great because then it's like
it would be. But with
so you get stabbed.
With a save feature, it means I would have to save and load. Right? So if I say my first time saving, I was 5 years old. And I realized that I can save whenever I need to. So every time an important event happens, save. And I could be one of those people save feature, or and kind of cheese my way through life, or I could be one of those people saves as if you're in Resident Evil and you need an 8
Would you imagine like you had a save feature for when Dogecoin and like what's the other one?
Oh God, yeah.
Man, listen, that would be
Bitcoin.
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
Reroll back, load to that.
That reload would be insane.
Yeah. So.
But why not the respawn? I mean, well, technically, I guess you could count it as respawning too if you save, right? But like, if you forget to save, ain't you kind of screwed?
Like, see, that's my thing. So respawn is. Respawn is tough because that's like a resurrection system. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Whereas like a save feature would be more like you can just go back. Like if I got a job and something happened at that job and I ain't on that job no more. If I got a car and I broke down, like I could go back and I could rewind essentially. But that also means that my age goes back with it too.
But see, like,
but what if
be breaking the time continuum, right? So wouldn't it be like if you have a respawn, you just come back, time still moves forward. But if you have a save point, you are basically erasing time for yourself. And then if everybody had that ability, then you'll be the universe will be destroyed. So from what my anime knowledge of time, all that stuff. So yeah,
if everybody had that ability, that would be interesting because essentially, when someone go back to a save point, nobody would die. Time would never move.
But here's another thing.
Yeah, time needs.
What if you
go ahead?
Well, yeah, that too. But what if your last save point was like years ago? Like I'm talking years ago. You done made a whole bunch of progress, met a bunch of people, you know what I mean? Got married, all that stuff. And then you just get like a robber, I don't know, stabs you to death. And you're like, all right, I'm about to load up my last save point. And it's like 20 years ago? That's my last save point? So then you gotta go all the way back 20 years ago and start all the way from that point, meaning you have to re-meet all them people. Wouldn't that be annoying? Because it's annoying when you had to do that in the game when your last save point was like forever ago.
You
made all
realize
this
that
progress.
you just hit me with the perfect way to counter that point. No, it wouldn't be annoying. Why? Because I was dying.
Yeah, so you either choose
I get
death or
20
roll
more
back 20 years.
I hit the save point because I was dying.
I'm saying if your last
And
save point,
now I have 20 years of knowledge that I'm going back with. Or I don't.
I don't know.
I wish that they had a save and respawn point.
Oh,
Gaijin Games. First of all, yikes. So what we're going to talk about today is the fact that Gaijin Games, computers, game War Thunder. Not familiar with War Thunder. War Thunder
I'm not
is a
too
game.
familiar with Gaijin Games.
Huh?
I'm not too familiar with Gaijin Games.
Well, again, they're the people who made War Thunder. War Thunder is like a kind of a battle simulator. So anyway, recently they actually put out some key art, and the key art was for, I'm guessing, a new expansion for War that was coming, and the key art actually shows fighter jets or jets, and it looks like one jet blew up another jet, and it was like smoke and everything in the air and debris. Like what will happen if you got into a dogfight and you beat your opponent, right?
Mhm.
So there's only one downside to that. And the fact of the matter with that, and the downside to that is that the images of the explosion or the images of whatever the debris and everything were images from the Challenger space shuttle. Yeah, it was the 1986 Challenger space shuttle disaster. So yeah. I understand them wanting to be realistic, and I understand them, trying to basically, provide the best possible quality for their players. But I guess they use the images or the video whatever by mistake. And so what ends up happening is once they realized what it was, they apologized immediately and further went to explain that the smoke trail that they got the images from, the graphics from, were actually from something called an aerial explosion reference pack. Obviously, when developers make games, sometimes they use assets and things that are already created. So it was basically an aerial explosion reference pack. And with this reference pack, the context was lost. They didn't know that it came from that. And so use the images for the game, or when they used the images for the artwork, they didn't know what it was that they were actually putting up, because obviously you can't see everything in context. Imagine just seeing some smoke trails in the sky, and you put this in your game. So anyway, the company has apologized, and they have stated that they're going to be updating and putting systems in place for this not to happen. The question is, how do you feel about companies using footage like that? Like, if you saw a game use, if you saw a game like Battlefield, and you see the artwork graphic, there's a missile hitting a building, but then the building you recognize as one of the twin towers with smoke coming out of it, or something crazy like that. Like,
it's supposed to be reference, meaning it's something that you're supposed to be able to use, so you do your own art of that, right?
yeah,
That's how reference is supposed to use. It's so you know how smoke and explosions are supposed to look. You're not supposed to take the key image of the Challenger explosion and then put it in the promotional material. That was beyond dumb. Like if it's an aerial explosion pack, right? Of debris and things blowing up, bro. These are all images of like planes being blown up, actual planes being blown up, meaning real tragedies that have happened, right? That's a bonehead move to just take that and put it in the promo material. It's supposed to be something that your artist is supposed to use to do their own rendition of an aerial explosion. And I don't know if the apology is going to be good enough, considering, you know, the families of those victims have to see that and now see the news and then be reminded, oh yeah, I remember that day that my relative died in an explosion.
On
Going
live
to
TV.
space. On TV.
On live TV.
On live.
Remember that. So let me explain about the Challenger. Been familiarized with it. So in 1986, the Space Shuttle Challenger was a space shuttle that was actually going out to observe this comet. And so they had a bunch of astronauts that were set for flight. And besides the astronauts, there was also a teacher who was actually going to the space shuttle to participate in a program called Teachers in Space. And so the fact that the teacher was going to go and be on this flight for the Challenger caused the space shuttle launch to get a lot more attention than what space shuttle launch would. You see just it being televised. It was a huge spectacle, especially in 1986. So with this teacher being on board and big deal being made, this was actually like national news. It was televised nationally. It was hyped up. They showed the crew.
Literally 4 months before I was born.
I was already 2. So anyway, as this space shuttle launches, it took off, and within 70 seconds, so less than a minute, 70 seconds of takeoff, there was catastrophic failure, which ended in a total explosion of the space shuttle, and it killed everybody. So a lot of people who watching were shocked at this, especially because it's being televised nationally. So you literally saw a space shuttle launch televised nationally on live TV across the entire country. So that's kind of the whole explanation of the challenge. So it being the images being used for a kind of do make it where I could understand a person being insensitive, or a person being sensitive about it, especially someone who was old enough to have seen it with their own eyes. And with War Thunder, a lot of the people who play games like that could be retired military. They could be people who just kind of want that militaristic escapism type of thing. Play with planes and tanks and things of that nature. So that's just a little bit of backstory behind the challenge.
But yo, imagine like you're grown up now and you're one of the students of that teacher that died on that. And then you're a gamer now too. And you play War Thunder. And it's like,
well, I will say this. Remember, I just said that a lot of people who play War Thunder, people who, are either ex-military, things of that nature. So that's
there's
not
a lot of older people that play War
guys
Thunder.
in games. Did you know that? All right. So me and you, we play games together, right?
Yeah.
And you and I, we have debates sometimes.
Yeah.
You ever felt the need to be right? You ever felt like you just had to be right about something that we were talking about?
If it's not unless it's something I'm extremely confident about.
Right. Now, if you were extremely confident about something, I said, you know what? I don't believe you. Prove it. How far would you go to prove it?
I start digging up the evidence. So if I make a claim, I have to try to prove it, and I usually try to prove what I'm saying.
Okay. So obviously, being normal people, the people who play War Thunder actually also experience this. And so what they do, when somebody says prove it, they go and they find top secret classified military documents and leak them online.
Y'all not supposed to do that.
Bruh. There have been multiple instances in which they have leaked government secrets onto War Thunder forums
Sounds legit.
for the sake of winning an argument.
Dedication.
That's considered treason and espionage.
I hear you, but that sounds
Look
like
at you,
dedication.
Gitmo.
Dedication.
That is passion, bro. As a matter of fact, I'll give you an example. So in the War Thunder, forums, actually, probably most recently, a fan actually leaked the 730-page manual for the Eurofighter Typhoon DA-7 airplane, which is actually, I believe, still a prototype, or is something that's actually very new in development and being used in Italy.
Well, apparently its first flight was in 1994, and then its introduction it was in August of 2008.
That's relatively
Currently, there are 592 of them built.
right. 592 built, not in service.
How did he get the manual?
I don't know. I don't have any knowledge of any of that.
Bro, there's no, government secrets are now a joke, bro. Because as long as people are playing games and getting into arguments with people online, we ain't got no secrets no more. Because now you got motherfuckers who are in the military, they're just like, yo, oh, word. Oh, so that doesn't exist? Hold on. Give me a second real quick. In this big old top secret file I have right here, I'm going to prove you wrong. Here, hold on. Oh, there you go. What? No! All someone has to do from an enemy nation now is just go to just check out one of these. Just check out the War Thunder forums. There you go. You have every single little bit of information you need. All because someone wants to prove that they're right online to some guy that they never met.
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. The Eurofighter Typhoon wasn't leaked because he was trying to settle an argument. Because again, the 730-page manual includes in-depth schematics of this vehicle. In-depth schematics.
Meaning that they could also point the weak points too through the schematics.
Yeah.
Y'all, come on, y'all. Come on, man.
Yeah. So, with the in-depth schematics being leaked, do you know why he leaked them?
Why?
He wanted the plane in the game. He was trying to help the devs code this plane into the game faster.
No! You could have gave them pictures. And if they needed the manual, they're a corporation that would sign an NDA with whoever made the Typhoon and just talk to them directly. Does he think they don't have access to that sort of stuff?
I don't know. I mean, again, well, all right, what if they don't have access to that sort of stuff? Again, this is top secret military information.
You normally don't just grab up a manual of it and then just be like, hey, here you go. It's to help you out. Like, I get the guy's passionate about the game and obviously about this jet and he wants it in the game. but that's not how you go about it. Actually, what you did was just illegal.
A little bit. I mean, again, I don't know where this guy is from. I don't know, what this guy does, but if
So you said a little
he's able
bit.
to get his hands on it,
You said a little bit.
he said illegal.
Oh, it's a lot of
Little
illegal.
bit.
This is very much a big illegal.
Yeah,
That's U.S. military that you stole from.
Well,
that's
no,
espionage.
actually, I don't think it's
That's
the U.S. military.
Treason.
If they can still get you for treason, depending on whatever nation it is. They can still be like, "Oh, okay,
Yeah,
you're now,
whatever
you're
nation
now."
it is.
They'll consider you a spy at this point.
That's the U.S.'s plane, right?
It says
No,
Eurofighter.
it's Eurofighter, so I believe it's another country.
Oh, hey man, free game. They should have put it's a password on there.
Oh no, it's a NATO fighter.
Hey,
There you go.
they
There
ain't
you
got
go.
nothing to do with that.
Now you are a world illegal. Now you are a world criminal.
Yeah, you probably shouldn't have done that.
You know, sound
Wouldn't have done that.
Should have changed their
You know,
password to.
As the old folks would say, the juice isn't worth the squeeze. Definitely wasn't worth the squeeze on that one.
Mm.
Well, I hope he enjoys prison time for the rest of his life, or however long they decide to try him on that.
I mean, what if they don't try it? What if he doesn't get caught? What if he doesn't get taken in?
I don't know, man. I mean, you giving away the secrets of a NATO fighter, given the current situation that we're all in with like Russia and stuff.
I mean, it is NATO. Like,
Yeah. And Russia does not like NATO. I
no
don't
one
think
cares about NATO. No one cares.
don't think it's wise. Because if you're messing with NATO, if you do something that's like against NATO, that also includes the United States.
Is it?
The United States is part of NATO.
I mean, it's NATO, but it's at the end
Yes,
of the day. it's NATO.
Even with the United States being a part of NATO,
It's NATO.
I don't know. Like if it's not a US citizen, what kind of trouble did they get in?
If it's not a U.S. citizen,
Yeah.
you just committed like espionage
crime.
against. Yeah, that your ass is grass if they find you. Like, let's not get this shit
They're
twisted.
gonna consider you a spy.
It's NATO. Like, no one like. Like they might look for him if they can't find them in like what 6 months or something. Like they're probably gonna go by the wayside.
I hope he hides.
It's NATO.
I mean, for posting a
It's
link,
NATO.
though, that feels, I don't know. I mean, again, he posted the entire still.
Yeah, no, that's wild. Posting the entire manual is a little
a little bit more than just.
Cause you gotta think about it. They went through somebody's firewall. They went through somebody's file. They went through like it's a lot to get over.
that's secure
that.
data.
Yeah, they over that hurdle. So somebody fucked up bad in the cybersecurity department. So somebody.
I was gonna say. So, what part of it makes it a war crime? Or a crime?
Not a war crime, but at least a
No, that's espionage.
counterintelligence. It's
No,
No. Like, think about it. What part of it makes it a crime? Is it the fact that they posted it online, or whatever it is that they needed to do in order to get
Both.
that?
yeah.
It's both.
Because if you hack the server, sure, I could see that being a crime because you're hacking a government server.
If you put that information out into the public, that's like that's not supposed to be into the public. Like that's somebody else's property. So you throwing it out, that's I think that's like intellectual property.
Yep.
If we just talking about like on a smaller level, but on a top tier level like the government, you talking about espionage. You committed espionage against another
I had to
foreign party. Like,
Bro, I had to go through
Hey.
more government clearance when I worked at the fucking airport, and I wasn't even like an engineer or anything.
You had
They
to go
still
through
consider
what?
everything. They still consider everything. Okay, so when I worked at the airport, they considered everything that's not within the airport that's on the tarmac to be government property and secured government property, right?
Yeah.
So
F-
everything
what is it,
technically
FTA?
there is supposed to be considered classified. Doesn't matter how big, small, whatever. You don't. You're not legally allowed to talk about anything that you've done out there. This goes beyond that. Way beyond that. This is like you just snuck in through whatever government files and just took that out and was like, here you go, devs, make the plane. And then it makes the company look bad because it's just like, oh my God, we can't control these people. We're going to get into so much trouble. It's dumb. That was dumb. That was really dumb. I think it was a moment of passion that he didn't realize, like,
I mean, it makes sense. It
Probably
makes
He
sense.
realized that like that's not a moment of passion. That's a full process and dedication. I'm finna fuck these people over and take this and put it on there and hope. Okay, that's a process.
I don't know particularly if it's to screw some people over, or if more so it's just really passionate about that plane. Look, I'm just saying, there are people who get super like laser focused on something that they like,
Psychopath.
and it's like, I have to have that plane, make that plane real. I love this plane so much. Like, all right, there's some people who are really heavily into like a specific train.
Yeah, psychopath.
Just that train, and they collect a lot of that.
Yeah,
Maybe this
psychopath.
is the same guy with the Eurofighter.
He's a
same
psychopath
type
who like
of-
planes. I mean, it's cool, whatever he's into. I mean, you could not do that and still be a fan, but you know,
Yeah, exactly. Like he went above and beyond. Like, dude,
yeah.
you committing
You
crimes
sat
out
down-
of just to get a virtual version of that plane?
Like you sat down at
I
your
mean,
desk and said,
He
"I'm
wanna
finna go
look.
dig in the government's files." Bro, yeah, he's a psychopath.
Not why.
I can't say for sure that he went and dug in the government's files. But I
it's
also
not an
can't
easy thing
say
to
Where,
for
get.
sure
where
that
did he
he
find the
did not.
files at? Did they say it came from the
Again,
manufacturer?
I also can't say that he didn't.
Oh, he did it.
Oh,
Oh, we going with
Like, I can't say that he did, and I can't say that he didn't.
Oh, we allegedly
I put it like
saying
that.
he doing. Okay.
did he do it?
Did he do it?
Did he do it? And if Diddy did it,
Did he for sure did it? But did he do it? I don't know.
Allegedly.
I mean, he
Allegedly.
posted it, so I guess that means that if they find that they have a leak, then that means
a
that
probable
they're gonna
cause.
address that, as well as find the user IP that information came from.
Boy, you're gonna see nothing but a dudes in a bunch of Kevlar vests and body armor with automatic rifles, and they're gonna bust through his front door. So, open up! Get down to the ground! Whole bunch of counterintelligence agencies. It's gonna look like Rainbow Six in his house.
Oh my god, that is
You're gonna have a dude with a riot shield and all that.
you've heard of swatting, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think he swatted himself.
Oh yeah, he did. Oh, he definitely did.
1,000%, I think he swatted himself. Like, this is wild.
They're gonna take a battering ram to his front door. Boom, boom.
First of all, that's wild crazy. The fact that he said Dr. Diddler is bananas.
That is a good segue,
Dr. Diddler?
isn't it?
It is a good segue. All right. You know what? Since you want to talk about Dr. Disford Diddler, wow. You know what? Let's actually talk about that. All right. So we all know that streaming is a big part of gaming. And, you know, Dr. Disrespect is actually a very big streamer. He has been a big streamer for some years. So Dr. Disrespect, being the streamer that he was and being the influencer that he was, is actually a person speaking. A couple of years back
Mike's going out a little bit.
in 20, my mic is going out.
A little bit.
Oh, I apologize. Let me double check and make sure that everything is good. So anyway, hopefully that stabilizes it. But Dr. Disrespect actually was a major influencer in the Call of Duty community and on Twitch. In 2020, he got banned. And in 2020, when he got banned with no explanation. So with him being banned with no explanation, all the people asked, well, what did he do? I want to know what he did. Recently, a Twitch employee, a former Twitch employee, came out and explained what he did. And what he actually did was in 2017, which is 3 years before he got banned, it was actually said that he was in Twitch chat in the private messages, which they call Twitch whispers, and he was messaging a minor.
Yep, called it.
Messaging a minor. So as a result, he was banned from Twitch. He was banned from pretty much everything. He moved over to YouTube or Kick or whatever platform that he's on. But when he left Twitch, he also helped to found a game studio. And when he helped to found that game studio has been going forward. And now, in light of the information that has come out, see, they've always maintained their stance that he was innocent until proven guilty. But now they're saying we had to act, we had to distance ourselves. So he's no longer in with the studio that he helped found, which was the Midnight Society. They terminated their relationship with him. He did himself admit that in 2017, he had whisper messages going back and forth with someone who was a minor, but he denied that anything illegal was happening.
Which apparently also that was the same year that he cheated on his wife.
And he was also arranging to meet this minor at TwitchCon.
Which he also was cheating on his wife at TwitchCon.
Ain't nobody worried about that cheating on your wife shit, man.
No, it's the implication that it's possible that these two things are connected, and the person that he cheated on his wife with was the person that he was whispering.
They disproved it. Something about they did the.
They never said who it was.
Hold on, let me look that up. Well, I can't look that up because I'm in a hotel.
But I would like to say that I called this 4 years ago. I said straight up that it would have to have been something involving a minor for Twitch to permaban him. They didn't just ban him. Like everybody gets.
They didn't just ban him. They
permabanned him. And people were like, "Oh, it's probably because
there's no chance of appeal at that."
Yeah, they're like, "Oh, it's probably because he has other deals going on." But like YouTube or another streaming service, and it's like that wouldn't make sense because if that was the case, then Ninja would have been permabanned, and so would have what's his face? Not Summit, other guy,
XQC.
Shroud would have been permabanned from Twitch for both of them taking the Mixer deal. Nothing happened to them. Amaranth didn't get permabanned for streaming on Kick. I think she's back and streaming on Twitch, isn't she yet? I don't know.
I was about to say, if you're permabanned, that means you're not coming back.
Yeah, but
you
they
had to do something bad.
They permabanned Doc, so I'm like, okay, it has to be that. It doesn't make sense.
And wasn't this at the time? All right, so All right, we know about the FGC community and the whole Smash Brothers thing or whatever.
Oh, you're
What time
right.
frame?
I'm sorry, continue.
No, what was the time frame? I'm asking you.
2020. Summer of 20.
All that stuff was happening around the same time, bro.
Yeah, summer of 22. Oh, I never connected those two things. Oh, you're right.
All that stuff
Yo.
happened about the same time.
Because the Smash thing happened, then Mr. Wizard at Evo, which made Sony have to buy Evo because of that. And now it all makes sense.
I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but it makes sense, especially because what else was getting real big around?
Because that whole Mr. Wizard thing, aside from COVID, basically shut Evo down.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, what else was becoming very much more commonplace as far as hearing about it? Trafficking.
Oh right, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I mean, if this is the case, then I don't really have any messing with a minor, bro. Is crazy, and I'm not saying that like Dr. Disrespect did it. I'm only going based off of his words.
I'm gonna say
Allegedly,
he did.
He was speaking with a minor. There have been
Which he confessed to.
There have been tweets that have gone out recently that basically state that he was sexting a minor in Twitch messages or Twitch whispers, and the powers that be could read it right there in black and white.
Mm-hmm.
Plain and simple. Former employees are no longer employees. I guess they're not required to uphold certain things, and the employees never actually stated on any public platform who it was. But the one former employee who chose to remain anonymous actually went and spoke with, I believe it was it Vogue? It was some publication. Verge. It was Verge. He spoke with a publication and actually revealed why Dr. Disrespect was banned. If that's the case, if this is all true, because remember, until it's proven, we have to say allegedly. So if this is true,
no, it's not alleged. He admitted it on his Twitter.
He admitted that he spoke to a minor.
Well, yeah, no, it goes further than that though, because I can even read you it. On that, he says, were there Twitch whisper messages with an individual minor back in 2017? The answer is yes. Were there real intentions behind these messages? The answer is absolutely not. These were casual, mutual conversations that sometimes leaned too much in the direction of being inappropriate. Bro, at that point, like, you're cooked. You're done. You basically just admitted that you had inappropriate conversations with a minor.
No, that don't mean that. That means he had inappropriate. He could have been an inappropriate joke, inappropriate because we don't.
But
know
why would you do that with a minor anyway?
Sometimes
His audience is minor. Most of his audience is kids, like under 20, under 18.
Yeah.
So him interacting with which is wild to be whispering anybody, is wild in the first place. But you can't just, because he's not a lawyer. He's just talking off of trying to save himself. So he might have used the wrong word. So we don't know what it said. Somebody got the message. It's damning. Anyway,
it was enough for Twitch to be like, you're done. Don't ever come back here.
Like, if it was that, why don't you? If you Twitch, like, put it out, like, or call the authorities, or put the whispers out. If you know what it is, because I mean, something got to be. Somebody had to see something somewhere, and I don't think Twitch want to put him out because
I'm assuming if enough demand is going out there, Twitch is probably gonna release that.
I don't know if they will because then that would mean every whisper message.
I mean,
that
even Pop said that.
Oh yeah, Tim the Tatman. Yeah, but he said.
I mean, I guess so.
know.
I didn't even know there was a whisper.
Well,
function.
Whispers is gone now. That was an old feature.
That could probably be why it was gone.
That could be.
If you
It
think
could
about
be.
it. Because there has been really weird things like the thing that just happened with Kick and like 2 streamers on Kick that just got kicked off for doing really inappropriate stuff with teenagers on their streams. So I'm not surprised
But
that Twitch would have taken that route. And it looks like Kick is starting to like.
But to be honest with you, Ty made a good point. Is Twitch better than Kick?
What time?
Because a lot of the same things were happening. Twitch just kind of made itself seem, hey, we don't support that.
I don't believe any one platform is better.
Again, we've been known to say that Kick can be a little bit of a cesspool with it's like the wild west with what people say and what people do. At the same time, you've seen people on Twitch. Wasn't there a guy that beat his meat on stream?
Y'all remember?
Yes, there was. Got banned.
The swimming pool.
But he got banned.
The swimming pool thing the females used to do on Twitch. Yeah, Twitch.
Oh yeah. But they.
I mean, beyond that, you got this going on where you can see what's happening on your own servers. They saw this in 2017. They didn't ban this man until 2020.
Yeah, that is another thing that's also kind of suspect. Like y'all took 3 years before you did something.
If you have the evidence, if you can see this, if you knew about it, you waited till somebody made an allegation. You waited till somebody filed a complaint. It was cool until somebody complained.
And dude threw it all. Like he threw it all away. Like, dude, you're married with kids, and you're doing this. Like, why? And now he's trying to run because he's doing the whole I'm gonna retire and I'm gonna take a long break because I'm getting burned out. No, dude, you're getting cooked by the whole internet, and you got nowhere to run. Now he's on some I'm gonna take my ball and go home type shit. Buddy, you got caught. I mean, granted, I don't think he can probably work a regular job ever again now. Not with that hanging over your head. Like, what interviewer is going? What employer is going to accept you now with that hanging over your head? What's he going to do? He's going to have to take his money and be as careful with it as possible because you're done in the content creation space. You're done in normal, regular, everyday life now because that shit you've done as a content creator. The whole world knows. You've been a trending topic for 3 whole ass days. Not even 3 whole ass days. A couple days. Because didn't this whole thing start last week? With the Twitch employee coming out about it?
I believe it started early this week. End of last week. So yeah, maybe.
End of last week. So the whole weekend has been nothing but talking about you.
Yeah.
And now it comes to the point that you admitted you did that.
Yeah.
He's done.
Cool. Like I said, like
Good.
Pop said, Tim the Tap Man said, nah, cut himself off from him. No. Nobody's going to, like,
lost Nick Merckx.
I don't even, bruh, like, all right, cool. I understand you got a persona. The fact that you've never seen, like, I've never seen this man's face. Like, he wears a wig, he wears shades, he wears a fake mustache, and he plays games online.
The mustache is real.
Oh, the mustache
is not.
Right. Whatever the case. Like,
when the dude takes off that shit, he looks like, what's his face in Me, Myself. He looks like Jim Carrey in Me, Myself, and Irene.
okay.
That's what he looks like in real life.
Okay. Interesting. I mean, again, I'm just saying that his whole persona is essentially high. And
Yeah.
sure, a lot of other people have it too. It just feels like his costume was literally technically what somebody puts on to go incognito when they know that they're doing something wrong.
Someone said he looks like the Unabomber. That's what someone on Twitter said. It was like, you mean the guy who dresses like the Unabomber? I was like, whoa. They're not wrong. It's the glasses.
Absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy.
The glasses are
The
what
fact that not only do like we're here. All right, so let me take a moment because this is important. We're here to encourage you and your children to continue gaming, to play games, to get involved into this community. But at the same time, no matter what you're doing, we always recommend that you keep an eye on your kids. If
Please
they're
do.
playing something inappropriate, if they're talking to somebody that's doing something, you're saying something inappropriate, we encourage you to take action, to even stop them from doing such. Because at any given point, anything can happen. And especially with information leaks and things of that nature, we're in a new age of technology. So I'm not going to say that there's anything more important than just being careful. Yes, we promote gaming, but at the same time, we also want you to continue being healthy, knowledgeable gamers who actually have a passion for this. Even if you don't have a passion for it, we just want you to understand those that do. That is why we're here. Those are what our messages are here. We do not encourage people to do things that are illegal. We do not encourage people to do things like cyberbullying or harassing people or we're not here for that. We're not here for it. We're here because we love games and because we want to talk about it. We want to talk to you and we want to talk to others. We like being with like-minded individuals, having
keep your kids off Twitter.
actual conversations. Sorry, I had to get serious for a moment.
I mean, for real, like me personally, if I was a parent, I wouldn't want my kid watching Twitch or any streaming website, like, which is hypocritical because I am a streamer, right? But for my kids, I wouldn't want them to be watching. Well, I wouldn't want them watching me. I wouldn't want them watching me. More or less, watch other people too. Just because it's just like, no, dude. I've stated numerous times that my stream is not for kids. It's for adults.
Also, is marked as for kids.
Yeah, and I've always marked all my content is marked not for children.
For kids.
But there are wholesome content creators that are for children that you can go sit with them to watch. Don't just like leave them in front of the computer or a tablet or whatever with a TV and you just walk away and do whatever you want. No, you should be there with them to watch the content to go, okay, this is appropriate, this is not appropriate. Someone like that disrespect, not appropriate to watch. Pretty much anybody on it, not appropriate to watch. Be real. I don't want it blows my mind that you can have 10-year-olds who are fans of people like Sneeko. Where are your mom and dad at?
You know what? There are tons of questions that I have for where the parents are for some kids. But I'm not the parent.
Yeah.
At the same time, I also want to put out a message. Protect these kids. Protect these kids, bro. Because stuff like that is exactly why kids are targeted. And yes, currently kids are targeted more than anyone else right now. Protect these kids, bro.
Mainly because parents just don't monitor any of the stuff they do. It's like you just give them a phone and you just say, oh, well, go ahead and do that. Nah, no.
When a 2-year-old can operate a phone better than a 60-year-old, that's a problem. But yet, that is what our society is right now.
Listen, if I had kids, I'd teach them straight up. Your phone is used for emergency contacts between me and your mom. That's it. Then when you get home, I have your phone now. So you don't get to just scroll through your phone all day long. Like, nah, them joints is getting locked up. Plain and simple.
So you're just gonna be ultra strict dad, huh?
Yeah. Dude, it's because I know too much about the internet. That's why. You and I have seen some crazy stuff happen on the internet now, even then when we were kids. But now it's like crazy access. Like, you remember Rotten.com when we were kids, right?
Yes.
It's so much easy to access stuff like that just on Twitter alone. Like, the stuff that used to be kept on like Rotten.com has spread out to various other social medias before it gets like flagged down. But sometimes it don't even get flagged down. So no, I wouldn't want my kid even scrolling through normal social media sites now.
Yeah, who's supposed to police the entire? Saying like it's up to each site, each business to.
Typically moderators.
Yeah, but no,
They
there is no moderator for the internet. It's again just kind of each individual site has their own moderators and they have their own terms of service. But what's to stop me from going and creating a website that is what it is?
Well, nothing technically. Unless you do some kind of verification process where you have to, I don't know, show your government ID that shows that you're of age to access said website.
Yeah, right. Go to the site.
Which, I mean, I guess that's what Texas did.
So anyway, I think I want to move on because, like I said, we can talk about this all day, every day. Again, if you guys have comments, throw them down there. You know, if you're watching this back, you know, if there's ever anything that comes up that y'all want to hear about, leave us a note, leave us a comment, send us a message, something. You know what I'm saying? We're definitely here. I believe that my YouTube name is literally the same as what my name. No, it is not. It's actually King.Anarchy. So you could literally just, you know, shoot me something to my YouTube name if that's allowed. Like, I don't know how you send a message.
Yeah, I mean, you got my socials. You can send me DM on those or whatever about questions or leave a comment.
Yeah, under my it's actually my Twitch name, which is King of Anarchy. But if you want to reach me on YouTube or Instagram, it's King.Anarchy. Okay. Maybe I'll actually have Loon update these so that maybe I'll have Loon update these so that there are
I got a question though. Y'all said that's not time. That's not our time, right?
You talking about?
Okay, I thought you said that our time was in the chat. I was like, time name is.
No.
No.
Pops in the chat.
Oh, okay.
No. That's Pops in the chat. Time is actually still tied up in life.
Yeah.
So is Righteous. So we're here because they can't. Now
Terrence,
moving
he's a
forward.
wild boy. Terrence is a wild boy.
Yeah, that's Pops. That is the one known as Pops. So, has anybody here played Elden Ring: Shadow of the Erd Tree?
No,
Not yet. I haven't bought it yet.
Someone going to jail, but
Yeah.
I've heard great things.
I
I heard people crying.
I have as well.
As they supposed to be crying because you know it's lit.
Elden Ring.
Yeah, I heard great things.
I mean, unless you're Casanat, then you just beat the game.
Yeah, 99 hours is too much for that. Like that's crazy.
And shaded the Erd Tree.
Yeah, but he did. I don't think he a real gamer.
And the DLC.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
99 hours was for the base and the DLC.
No, just the DLC. I heard the DLC is actually like, if you don't try to speed run through everything,
Mhm.
it actually is like pretty
Pretty
lengthy.
lengthy.
Yeah.
All right, so
99 hours there.
so
I can see that.
let's get into what we actually want to talk about with the Shadow before we get into the other details, because that's actually part of what I want to say. So Elden Ring's first DLC, Shadow of the Erdtree, came out on June 21st for anybody who didn't know. Now, that was just this past Friday. And since the release of this DLC, it's actually been a topic of many different conversations. I've heard that this game is huge. I've heard that there's tons of content. I've heard that this game is great. You know what I'm saying? The additions were actually an amazing add-on to the story, and it does a really good job of DLC for what DLCs are supposed to be. Now, the other side of it, I've heard that Shadow of the Erdtree is currently getting mixed reviews on Steam. So mixed reviews meaning some positive and some negative. At the time that I actually put everything together, or the time that article, they were at approximately 43,000 reviews. And the most common complaint was that it was too hard. It was like enemy damage was too high, like the bosses, were hitting you too hard, and it was making the game frustrating instead of enjoyable. And another one was that the game wasn't balanced right. You know what I'm saying? Like everything was just super powered in comparison to what you were. And then, of course, you have complaints about performance issues. Some people were actually reporting on massive frame drops that made the game almost unplayable, as well as audio glitches. So, with all of that being said, a lot of the issue is that the game is too hard, and people are complaining and they're not happy about it. Now, is this a skill issue, or is this like did they balance it wrong? Like even Miyazaki was interviewed and actually had a conversation with the interviewers about the difficulty of Shadow of the Erdtree. So now you can go into like again, I'm not a Souls.
But what do you say about
Elden Ring like that? Like I probably put 60 hours into it or so. Still, that I didn't beat it, is what I'm saying.
yeah? But what did Miyazaki say about the difficulty though?
I don't know.
I mean, I see both sides of it. Like I see from the average person, the average gamer who is not a FromSoft fan, who is not a Souls type player, but they want to get into this game because the world and the characters and the aesthetic of it, right? So I get them feeling frustrated of like, damn, this game is so hard. Like I just want to experience the story. I just want to experience the world and explore it. But I also see on the side of like the people who are FromSoft players or people who just are a fan of those game types in general, right? And they're feeling like, well, I don't want the game made easy or something like that. I feel like there should be some kind of, I don't know, like a middle ground. Like, I know. It's a weird thing of like, there should be some kind of option for people, right?
No.
And didn't they add a difficulty slider or something like that in the game prior?
No.
That's a mod.
Okay. All right. Well, since I was wrong, how about this? They actually put out a new mod that is an easy mode mod.
That's so
Yeah.
That's such a bitch move, bro.
I know.
Bro,
But
it's a-
I'll
it's-
also say that today they also put out a new patch that made the game easy.
Why? If you trash, you trash. It's nothing. It's no other thing about it. Like the game isn't. The game is hard until you understand the mechanics. Once you understand where you need to dodge, how you need to dodge, what your weapon can do, what your weapon.
But
can't
some people don't have that hand-eye coordination
well,
though.
they suck. Life.
But here's the thing though. Here's the thing, right? Games
You
are
don't have-
expensive.
You just said hand-eye coordination.
Yeah,
That's
that's what gaming is.
No,
It's hand-eye coordination.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. So they lack hand-eye coordination playing a video game, and it's the game's fault.
I'm not saying it's the game's fault, but I'm saying the game does require a certain skill level, right? And if you just don't have that hand-eye coordination, that's hard for some people. Again, I'm gonna play through it. I'm gonna play through it and muscle through it, no matter what.
Yeah,
Like, but I understand the people who it's hard for them. I'm not gonna completely just brush them off, right? Because I know with the community, it's just like, well, you just need to get good. Why should we fucking care to y'all? And it's just like, games are expensive as shit. They're expensive to make. They're expensive to buy. So I understand from a company standpoint of like, well, we don't want to push away more customers because these games are getting more expensive to make, and we have to make some kind of profit now. Like the Souls genre is, especially with Elden Ring being the biggest selling Souls type game, right? A lot of those sales went to people who are the casual audience, people who don't normally play FromSoft games, because George R.R. Martin was tied to it. That was a big thing too. Like people who were Game of Thrones fans, they bought Elden Ring because George R.R. Martin was involved in the writing. Not only that, but it also had like a really great, cool look that you hadn't seen before in a fantasy product. So you got your fantasy
know about
players.
that part.
You show me a game that looks like Elden Ring, please.
I don't know about that part.
Show me a game that looks like Elden Ring.
I don't
I'm not talking
Oh.
graphics. I'm not talking graphics. I'm talking design. I'm talking about like
Design?
conceptually that looks like Elden Ring.
Any other
Aesthetically.
the demon joint, any other the games they didn't
Any
make.
Demon
all of
Soul,
them-
Dark Soul
yeah,
game?
Demon Soul, Dark Soul, all of them look almost the same. It's just Elden Ring looks fucking
It
gorgeous.
had
because
different.
you have
It
that
had different
big
pixels
ass
and
Elden
different-
tree in the middle. That lighting in that
it had
game is
different
crazy.
views.
But the skill is what I'm saying is because when I first got into Elden Ring, I did not play Demon Souls and all this shit like that for real. When I got into Elden Ring base game, that shit is easy compared to the other one.
Yeah.
It's just literally you have to find the pattern, and the weapon that you choose to go into to a fight with, you have to know that weapon. You have to be leveled up. That is a game you don't have to follow. You shouldn't follow the linear path that it shows you. It go off, level up, come back. Like it's either that or figure out. You make the game as hard as you want it to make. Like if you wanted to really blast through that game on easy mode, go take your ass over there and level the fuck up. Go get some souls and just keep staying in one spot and farm yourself to death.
I mean, there's things that
Yeah,
there's things that
that's what you're doing. That's what you're doing. That's what you have to do to get to where you're going. Or you can sit there, get to a point where you know what I'm saying, if he hits you, you don't die in one hit. You learn that pattern, dodge, hit him. Like it's even with the Morgat, what's the Morgat fight?
I mean
like,
the first
yeah.
Margit
really big boss.
or Margot. The
Morgat. Yeah, the first fight, right?
There's Morgot and Margit.
They're the
That
same
was like
person.
Right.
The fight with that everybody was crying about. Like once
Yeah,
you learn his pattern, you could do stuff like, bro. Like I don't.
Yeah, I mean, the clip of me beating him is on my fucking YouTube.
But yeah, once you learn him how to beat him, you could beat him with any other your character.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. It's a skill issue. You just need to know. You can't blitz through that game. That's a game you have to sit there and think about and plan and move ahead with. You can't just.
I'm gonna be honest. I seen it.
Read this bitch through. Huh?
Oh nah. I seen a
do
video yesterday. I think there's some boss that had like two swords, like a fire, like, and one got
Ramadan.
fire on it. The other one had got ice on it or whatever.
Oh yeah. Okay.
oh, the girl that's basically like Pontiff. It's almost like a reimagining of the one Dark Souls 3 boss. Yeah, I know what
Right.
you're talking about.
So, like literally, he beat that entire boss taking no damage, like with no clothes on.
Yeah, that's
He literally looked like let me solo her.
yeah. There are people who are skilled enough to do that.
Every time that the boss
Yeah.
went to swing,
It is
and he was
skill.
using a club and a tiny
Yeah.
little buckler. So every time the boss went to swing, he said bang, parry, and then he would hit
Yeah.
bam, bam, and then he would do like a big, a big whop. And then he would like turn around and the boss would fall down. So he would just do like, big hits or whatever. Then when the boss got back up, just patiently, just wait. If the boss swung, parry, whop, whop, knock the boss down and then do the punish. But like legit, it was interesting.
But again,
It was
like
easy.
the weapons in that game is the difficulty that I see. The weapons in the game is the difficulty. If you getting your ass washed by this game, go pick up Magic.
It's a skill check.
Yeah, it's a skill check type of game. Like if you that dude with the hands or whatever, go get 2 daggers. Oh no, screw daggers. Go put some, what is it, a bucket on your hand and go fight everybody. If you are a casual gamer, go play with the Magic. Like or find something that you can rock with. It's not a cookie cutter type of adventure game. It's literally like you have, and it's like not like anybody has never told anybody to like this game is gonna be easy. The game's marketing is this shit is hard, bro. Like it's hard.
I mean, honestly, if you want me to be honest, they probably should have named this Elden Ring. This shit is hard.
And it ain't even that hard.
I mean, not to say that there aren't. I mean, there are some valid criticisms of like
All right, what's the hardest Souls
Elden
game?
Ring, huh?
Fucking Demon Souls.
What's the hardest
That
Souls
shit
game?
Hard.
Souls game?
Yeah, that's
Demon Souls or Dark Souls 3.
Sekiro wasn't hard.
no.
Oh yeah, Sekiro.
Compared to Demon Souls,
Sekiro had a nice parry system though.
yeah, that
In
was
my opinion.
decent.
I think Sekiro has a better parry
Well,
system.
that's because of the parry system. But if you didn't do it right, you didn't do it
in
right.
my opinion.
You had to be good in order to get that
Compared
off.
to Demon Souls, which one is hard?
I feel like Sekiro had a better parry system in my opinion than
it had a better
Elden Ring
parry
does.
system. That's why it was easier. But I'm just saying, like between Demon Souls,
But it didn't have a block system.
yeah, no, there's no block. Yeah, parry.
Demon Souls is probably harder because Demon Souls literally made me sell the game
yes,
when it first came out.
Well, yeah, Demon Souls has less of the advancements that the other
Couldn't
games
beat the first. I didn't know how to beat the first boss.
in terms of game mechanics.
And
Like
you know,
Elden
back
Ring
then-
is easier than Demon Souls. That is a fact. That one of the complaints that some of the, I guess, the more sweaty Souls players had about Elden Ring was like, it's too easy. It's too easy. And it's like, dude,
it
But
is.
yet I
easy.
guarantee
Come
they the
on.
ones cheesing through it.
Once you
it,
learn,
it can't be that easy considering the percentage of people who actually beat Elden Ring when that data came out. I think it was like only 15% actually beat Elden Ring.
because one, Elden Ring
Some-
is fucking huge. Two, most of the people who
It
bought
was
Elden
long.
Ring didn't know what the hell they bought.
That is true.
Because the only thing they saw was people talking about it, saying it's a great game, whatever. I remember that launch, like the first boss.
I'm gonna be
Mark
honest.
was wearing people out.
Yep. I'm gonna be honest.
Mm.
If a game showed you a trailer, right, and it didn't tell you what kind of game it was, right? You just saw this action adventure type of game where people was doing combos, much like what they do right now. And you get it, and it's a Souls-like. What are you doing? You playing it?
I'm gonna play it. I bought it.
You going into it not knowing what it is that you about to play.
Okay.
What if
Yeah.
what if Souls like didn't exist? You thought you was getting a Devil May Cry, but you got an Elden Ring instead.
Well,
That's what I'm not gonna lie. That's what made me disappointed in Stellar Blade.
That's what I'm saying. Stellar Blade, Phantom Blade Zero, like you could name it. Like literally this year, I could not tell you what is a Devil May Cry style game or a Bayonetta style game, and what is an Elden Ring style game. I couldn't tell you. I
We
can't
haven't
tell.
had a Devil May Cry
difference.
style game in like a while.
But that's what I'm saying. That is what we know as an action adventure game. Uncharted, Tomb Raider.
No, that's true.
Those are considered action adventures. Running around, doing that kind of thing. Like
I thought Elden Ring and the Souls type were considered RPGs
they are.
or action RPGs, I should say.
They are, but it's different, inherently different, because action RPGs are still that's why they have a whole genre called Souls.
I just want
Now
another
it's considered a whole ass subgenre.
I just want another action hack and slash game, bro.
That's what I'm saying. Some people literally
wanna
live for the hack and slash.
Sometimes I want to turn brain off and just
Go
crazy
through the game,
bullshit.
enjoying the story. That's what I'm talking about. That's why I say what I say when I go. I can't tell if a game is Souls or if a game is Devil May Cry. Sometimes I just want to. It's not even turn brain off. Sometimes I just want to. I want to live through my power fantasy and have an overpowered ass combo where I can get through something with 100 hits or 165 hits. You know what I'm saying? Doing all kinds of crazy shit.
Yeah, where the challenge becomes more so how high can you make your score go rather than like how tough this boss is and can you get through it. Because no one plays Devil May Cry for the difficulty. I know there's some people in the Devil May Cry community who would say otherwise, but who cares about them? The most usually average or Devil May Cry player wants to see how high they can make the score go, how high they can get the combos.
That's at the end, but
how cool or difficult the combo can be. Like what crazy shit can I make Dante do? What crazy shit can I make Virgil do that isn't like the normal bread and butter combo? That's usually what a Devil May Cry player is looking for. And we ain't had nothing like that in God knows how long. Not since DMC 5 or I guess Bayonetta 3. I don't remember when that came out. I didn't get a chance to play it. But now it's like, you know, because the Souls types are so popular, that's become like the default, it seems, for a lot of studios. Because they think it's gonna make them a quick buck. But there are ones that stand out, like Remnant 2. Wait, what?
I honestly think it's cheaper to make a Soul-like game as opposed to a DMC because it's literally like one. Most of the time, you're fighting one extremely strong boss or one extremely strong enemy.
Yeah,
and that's what takes up most of your time.
And then
You just
Yeah.
have to code in hundreds of thousands of enemies.
yeah,
that's true.
because
Could you imagine if right now the two genres that were competing for our time and attention were literally like, or if the two major studios that were just pumping out hit after hit were Platinum Games and FromSoft?
Yeah, that'd be great.
I mean, I'm not gonna argue that it would be great, but I'm just saying, could you imagine what the gaming industry would look like at that point?
It'd be kind of crazy.
boy, it'd be try hard. Like
Although, look, I need as many people. Listen, I need as many
imagine
people as
Armor
possible to
Core?
buy this out. That's why I need as many people as possible to buy these Souls games that come out, so I get more Armor Core stuff. Let me be selfish for a moment, all right?
And look, Armor Core.
We wouldn't have gotten Armor Core 6 if it wasn't for Elden Ring.
I know that game Armor Core felt like we got some extra money over here. Let's just do some shit. Because it wasn't no DLC made up there. It
Let's
wasn't
get the Armor Core
remember-
bit something since they've been bitching for years.
You know what? Imagine if they made an action adventure
An action adventure genre.
Gundam game.
Oh, Gundam game? Wouldn't that have been
Core.
Gundam Musou?
With the Dynasty Warriors Gundam games.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Imagine,
Bro, they haven't made it.
but actual like games where like you going through stuff and stages like how the Dynasty Warriors Gundams were, but just kind of like I don't know. I just feel
I
like
feel
they
like-
could have done them a lot better, like how Armored Core was. Like imagine they had
Yeah.
them like an Armored Core.
I feel like you can't set it in Universal Century though,
You don't
because
have
a
to.
lot of those
You
Gundams are.
also have like The Witcher Mercury wasn't Universal Century.
That's what I'm saying though. Like you can't
They
set
could
it in
make
the
it a realistic
Century
FD
timeline.
style.
You can't
So this
set
way
it.
you can design your own gun.
Yeah, what I'm saying is like because if you set it in the Universal timeline where it's like the RX-78-2, you don't get to do a lot of flashy stuff with that because a lot of those
Mhm.
mobiles are old and kind of crunchy.
Yeah, but what if you go 100 years future from where RX-78 was developed?
No, that'd be dope.
Then you
Either
can
that,
still put it
Gundam
in
Wing.
Universal Century.
Gundam X.
Yep.
Like all
You
the
can put
ones,
it in the C Universal for all I
Hello.
care.
Witch for Mercury, all the ones that have like really high speed Gundams that do a bunch of crazy stuff.
Unicorn.
I'm down with that. Set it in that.
Like they have tons of in space stuff. What if there was a 5-person, 6-person co-op PvE game? It's
That
all
would-
about war anyway. Why can't we do this?
I mean, one
Is
of my
it
big.
licensing? Is it Bandai Namco?
I mean,
I'm not
speaking
talking
of the
bad
people-
about you, Bandai. Please.
Speaking of the co-op, though, that would be my like one big criticism of the Souls games. Is like it's the same fucking co-op system, and there's other games in that genre that do a co-op system way better than it.
Like what?
Fucking Remnant,
I've not played it.
Neo 2,
Sekiro.
Okay.
I think not Sekiro.
Sekiro,
Neo 2. Yeah, Neo 2.
Neo 2.
Neo 2. I love Neo 2.
Problem is that Neo 2 is from a different company.
What's it called? It just came out, and it's also a Souls game. It's a not a reimagining, but it's like a sequel. I have it installed. Hold on.
You get mad at me because you got it installed.
I gotta pull it up. Lords of the Fallen. That has another dedicated co-op system to it. Like, I just want the next Souls game to have a dedicated co-op. That'd be dope as hell. I don't care if you have to make the bosses 2 times harder to compensate for the fact that now you have a dedicated co-op with your friends. Cool, I'm fine with that. Just get us off of this same stupid summoning system that, like, my friend goes away after a boss is dead.
Yeah,
That's
I
all
don't
I
like that.
That's all I want.
Let me run around with my friends in a group like in Monster Hunter.
Exactly. Like, why are y'all opposed to this?
And I hear that the new Monster Hunter is actually going into more of a seamless thing. Like everything is happening seamlessly in the world as if it were Guiding Lands. So
Cool.
yeah, I definitely heard a lot about the new Monster Hunter file systems and it being set up like Guiding Lands with an active weather element and like seasonal rotation, etc. Day-night cycle, all of that.
I'm down.
I don't know how I feel about it because what if certain monsters only come out during certain seasons? How do you not make a season last too long? Can you accelerate or decelerate it?
I don't think the game time is going to be the same as like real world though.
Of course not. But
It'll
I'm just
be
saying,
accelerated.
like, what if it's gonna be? What if for a certain period of time, like certain monster? What if you are? You know, trying to, just I don't know, take care of a certain monster or farm a monster, and the season cycles out.
I don't know.
Let's
See how it works.
But if it is going that live service route, I mean, FOMO is real. You ain't got time to farm it. You ain't got time.
I never
to
said
farm
live service. I'm just saying like an active cycle. Like I wouldn't care. I wouldn't necessarily.
What he's saying is the world in Monster Hunter Wilds would mimic more of like our actual world in terms of like us going through seasons like spring, summer. You know.
Yeah, not like seasons like
Yeah, not
Monster
seasons
Hunter
like
season 1.
Like literally the cycle of autumn, winter, spring, summer, and certain monsters.
Winter, summer, spring, yeah, like that whole thing.
Like let's say Azeros is hibernating during wintertime, and you can't if you need to get Azeros when it turns to wintertime, you can't hunt him because he's sleeping in a cave or underground or something like that. And he only comes out during spring, summer, and you see them less. Let's say you see them less frequently during autumn because they're getting ready to go hibernate. I think that's actually pretty cool, to be honest with you, because they are
or like Gosmarov or Bonbaro, or like or whatchamacallit, Tigrex is something that only comes out during the summer. You can only see Rathalos in the hot climates, or you know what I'm saying? Like
you can't see, like let's say you won't see Plesioth during wintertime because lakes are frozen. So you can't hunt that Plesioth. You have to wait till springtime when the water has been thawed out. You don't come out and move around. I think that's a great idea. I can't wait to see more. I need to see more of the game.
I do too.
But I think they're going to do next month, aren't they? Because I think they're going to start. Now they're going to start doing actual dedicated streams towards it. I think now.
Well, there's also the fact that they give us the. They always give us a demo where you can hunt 3 monsters.
Right. The
We're
demo.
gonna get a demo before the game comes. It's fine. Like I said. Also, there was a you remember during like the Summer Game Fest or whatever, like Ubisoft had their own.
Yeah.
I did a showcase of the Star Wars Outlaws. And one of the people that was present at the showcase said that it feels.
Your volume went down.
That might have been because my voice trailed off.
It feels.
Yeah, but they said that the game feels mediocre with a main character that's way too strong.
Damn. Rit?
Yep. So, again, hopefully Ubisoft doesn't kill us on this. Obviously, there's still time before this game comes out. I started playing Battle Aces yesterday. It was pretty fun. It felt like StarCraft. And they have like 1v1 matches, stuff like that. So like it's like an online version of StarCraft. And I'm pretty sure that you can also do team battles and things like that later on, but I haven't really gotten that far into it. Started playing a game called Strenova, and that is actually really cool. Also free, also in beta. It is a third-person arena-style shooter where you can like run up walls and do like gliding. And, like when you're reloading your weapon, you can actually press control and flatten yourself, like flatten your body, so it's a lot harder to hit you. Stuff like that.
Is that on Steam?
Yeah, all these are on Steam. Strenova, Strinova. Battle Aces is also there, as well as Battle Crush, which is going to be kind of like a Smash Brothers, but with a kind of 3D top-down-ish thing. So it might be more like, and the stage starts disappearing. So it's definitely like, let's say it's a Smash Brothers battle arena style. Let's say whatever you would consider like Fortnite, I guess. Let's simplify it in that. So these are just games to watch out for. These are all free games. Strenova's free for now. Battle Aces is showing free, and Battle Crush is also free. So these are just things that I've been playing this week, as well as still got Wuthering Waves. I'll probably try to.
I like the character designs in Strenova.
Huh?
I don't know if I like the character designs in Strenova.
They got males.
Yeah, but like it's very cutesy shit.
They got men.
Like why do
they're not chibi. That's another thing.
They're not chibi, but
they're not childlike. But
the characters
you
are
actually got to get into the
place.
game in order to see it, because I don't really think it's cutesy style. It's just
It's a-
anime style.
It's a waifu shooter.
If that's what they call it,
Might as well call it that.
probably. Like I said, they
Like the
got
girl that has
many.
cat ears in the white dress. It's like she don't belong in this game.
Most of them are women, I guess. I don't really know. I ain't played that hard. I'd say give it a play before judging it.
I mean, I guess.
It's decently fun to me. I got a friend who's already ranked gold or platinum on it. Yeah, they got ranks. Yeah.
No. Wow, that's weird. Whoa, that is weird. I'm sorry. I'm like looking at like gameplay, and you can change it to
Bro,
2D.
You can what?
Change
Yes, you
it to
can.
2D?
I just said you can flatten yourself. So when you flatten yourself, it's a lot harder to hit you while you're reloading. Also, that's how you glide when you're jumping off of something high. So you
Okay,
flatten
that's-
yourself like a piece of paper.
Huh.
It's also how you get in between like cracks and walls and stuff like that.
Okay, that is okay.
It's a workable
literally an
mechanic.
anime shooter. Huh.
It's a what?
It's literally an anime shooter, meaning they actually do treat you as something that is 2D. Wow, that's.
But
Okay,
I mean, if you were running around, you are a 3D model until you hit control where you flatten yourself.
Okay, that is wow. That is actually really interesting. I've never seen a game do that before.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I was like, whoa. And it's in third person.
That's crazy. That is wow. I've never seen that thought of in a game before.
That's
Well,
what I'm saying.
no. Mario's done
I mean,
that.
besides like Paper Mario.
Yeah, I was
Oh.
gonna say Mario has done something like that too.
So remember Mario and Luigi Brothership, right? They just
Yeah.
announced that, whatever. They revealed that recently. And whatnot. You know they won't actually reveal the developer who's working on the game until the game comes out.
Why?
Reveal the developer until the game releases.
I thought it was the same developers.
I mean, who develops Mario any other time? Nintendo?
I
Actually,
assume so,
a
yeah.
team that person.
They're not really one to outsource the development of a game, typically,
Probably.
unless you count the original Mario RPG, which was developed by Square. I think it's a collaborative thing. I might have to try this. Okay.
Yeah, so anyway, as we wind down, I just want to say thank you all for coming. Thank you for joining us today. You took your time out. You could be anywhere, but you decided to be here with us. So we had a good time. We're gonna be a little, like I said, we're a little shorter today, but I think we actually did pretty good. We actually almost ran to our normal time. So
Yeah.
again, thank you very much for joining us, Loon. Thank you for popping in, even though I know that you're on vacation. Again, next week
yes,
we will
thank you.
not be here.
Gang,
We
gang,
will
gang.
be celebrating the 4th of July. We will be chilling. We want you all to chill. We want you all to take care of yourselves. Be safe during the holiday. Come back to us 2 weeks from now, and I'm sure that we will cook up something amazing to talk about, or some kind of crazy drama to get y'all.
We'll have to put something next week up.
Maybe we'll figure it out. We'll figure
Oh,
it out.
you committed to
In
doing
the
something like
meantime,
I mean, I could. We could chop something up.
Well, committed. You said it.
in the meantime and in between time, as you know, if there's ever anything that you wanted to get done, sometimes all you got to do is press that start button. For now, we out.
Later.